Well, hello everyone. Hey Bobby, thanks for being here.
Always a pleasure, Ed. How you doing this morning?
Doing good. Did
Good.
you have a good weekend? I know it's Tuesday, but did you have a good weekend?
I did, man. My oldest is turning 11, and so we took him to Monterey Bay Aquarium. We took the whole family and had a good time.
So it's like a shareable birthday.
Hey, that's what he picked, man.
Can I go by myself, Daddy?
Well, like the last couple of years, he's been like, "Hey, take me to Rock and Jump," and I'm like, "Cool, man. That's like $100. Take his friends to McDonald's after, and he's happy." But this year he picked a big birthday, so we had a great time.
Well, McDonald's going to be double the price now anyway. So
Yeah, true.
All right, kind of want to talk about. I hear this a lot out there right now. Will my house still sell in today's market? Should I sell my house in today's market?
Yeah.
Hey, is there less people looking at my house? I don't know why it's not selling. Number one reason, price usually. But what are you hearing out there, Bobby?
Well, so we're seeing days on market definitely adjust, and so, as you and I talk about, looking at the 2018, 2019 market, we need to be looking at the days on market the same as well,
Right.
So I'm telling all my sellers, look, 30 days, not uncommon. We see some houses, even great homes on the market priced well for 60 days. So don't freak out just because they're not knocking down your door on the first weekend.
And the higher the price is outside of the FHA loan limit or per, the 476 in Stanislaus County, above that is going to take a little bit longer because now you only have conventional VA and it's just how it works. So it's less people out there. If you're at 476 or below, it's going to fly off the shelves because there's not a lot of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
The buyer demand then that you're talking about 2018, 2019, and now also would go with the pandemic. The difference is there's still buyer demand. It's just not the crazy buyer demand. I'm going to share a slide real quick. Okay. All right, go ahead, Ed. Thank you. All right. So this is showings now are below, let me put over here, are below last year's level, right? But look. All right, so 158 versus 1. It's still, it's not that worse. Look down in some of these areas, we're down a little bit, but you also have to look at September, right? This is June, July, it's people were, I think, actually doing a lot more this year than they had been in the last few years. Right. I would say this is the 1 year. This is 2022 versus 2020 pandemic. Weren't doing anything. 21, a lot of people started doing stuff, but then a lot of people were still worried. Yeah. I think now no one's worried and they're traveling more and they were doing a lot more during the summer than what we were used to. Because look at January, February, March. Right.
Yeah.
And if you go back here, these levels are lower too, because this is when we were kind of coming out of it. Yeah, it's so much better. Go ahead, COVID-13, whatever, just so you can't, all I'm saying is you can't gear yourself off of, what happened during the pandemic. And now it's totally two different markets. You got to go off of 2018, 2019, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what you need to work on. Let me get my mouse back over here to where we are. All right, there we go. And just that's what you need to look at, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Any listing agent worth their salt right now is going to let you know you got to put your best foot forward in this market, as we would have in any other market. It was easy to get lazy the last couple of years, because you could put whatever you wanted in any condition. I even saw some homes listed with clothes all over the ground and last night's dishes on the counter, and those houses were selling, so right. Now buyers are expecting perfection. And, since we're talking about sellers right now, it's, they have an unrealistic expectation of what our home should look like. But that's what they're looking for, right. And my best way to describe it is, let's make it look like this house is staged and like no one lives here.
Right.
Why they expect that, I don't know, because, we all have our certain standards of living. If we have children, there's going to be some things around the house, but yeah.
Right. So I want to go back to another slide that actually shows so showings are above pre-pandemic levels. See, 158. Oh, look, 2019, 123, 2018, 123, 2017. We're what's that? 20% above that, 20 to 30% above that. Yes. Yeah. 2020 versus 2021 were unique situations.
Absolutely.
But people are still showing homes. So this shows you, stop looking last 2 years, look further back. You can't use the last 2 years as how it should be. Because if you did, then we would be adding this into the play too, where during the pandemic, mortgage rates hit record lows, and that's spurred this rise in buyer demand because it's so much cheaper. But now, rates will increase a little bit due to the factors of inflation, but it's still a great time to buy because you have such opportunity that you will never have before again.
Yeah.
So date the rate, buy the price. That's what somebody else was saying. I was like, I'm still in that.
Yeah. No, that's great, man.
Yeah. So don't worry. I mean, because we are going to go into a recession. It's going to be a hard one. It's going to take we're having someone on this weekend to talk about it. And it's going to be a deeper recession than what most of us thought it was going to be, which is good for rates if you have a house, right? And it's also good for rates if you don't, because then you can go buy it. But then what if you lost your job, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. So what if you lost your job during, if you have a house and you lost your job, they'll work with you. If you lose your job and you are renting, they're going to say, have a nice day, get out.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, there are so many protections for homeowners, but as far as renters go, that I would say the last couple of years, the federal government kind of overextended their hand, overplayed it as far as, restrictions on evictions.
Right.
And, I don't think they're going to do that again to help people during a recession. So
no, because it's different. According, I heard over the weekend that the pandemic was over anyway.
It is. Well, see, I don't watch the news, man. Maybe I'm just going to start watching that.
It was on 60 Minutes.
I
guess the president was on 60 Minutes and he said it was over.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah. And we will protect Vietnam if China invades.
Yeah. I gotta go back and watch that.
All I'm getting at is that's a kinder, gentler presidency, but I don't think it's going to stay that way. But what we're getting at is right now, stop listening to all the noise. Focus on what you need to do for yourself.
Yeah.
If you're going to need a place to live, buy it. Don't rent it, because rents are not going to be your friend. They're going to continue to go up. You will fix your mortgage payment at the highest it can be right now. And then as next year happens or year after, you'll refinance and get that payment even lower. So don't worry about it. Your payments will go down. Stop worrying about where the rates are. Stop worrying about what's going on. It will get a little bit easier going forward. You need to start shopping, start getting that stuff into place. Reach out to myself or Bobby, and so we can help you with that path, lead you down that road.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything else, Bobby?
No. One thing I, kind of tying into that is once we see rates go down again, I know that we'll be back into a multiple offer, bidding situation. And so think about it right now. I mean, I kind of threw it on you last minute, but we should do a graph and kind of do the math, right?
Right.
So say you got to come in 30 grand over asking next year, right? To get your offer accepted. What would have been the price difference, out of pocket if you would have purchased a home right now with a slightly higher rate?
You mean the difference in the thing? Go ahead. I'd have to calculate that out. We could do that on another time. But what the issue, I understand what you're saying, but the problem's not going to be that. The problem's going to be the value is going to go up. Plus, you got to do that additional. And we don't know if rates are going to be that much lower. But what I say is for every, let's say 1 percentage point, it's probably another 1.5 million buyers coming back in the market. Yeah. Right. So we took out 9.5 million when we went up almost 3%. So you calculate those numbers every time so each time the rate goes down, that's more and more people coming in the market to buy and knock you out of buying your house. You don't have that competition right now. You also have where sellers will give you money towards closing costs, will help you with other stuff, the repairs and other stuff, which when that 1% goes down and these more buyers come in the market, they're going to say, no, we're not helping you. You take it or leave it.
Yeah.
It won't be kinder, gentler. It'll be back to where it was.
And we're seeing that, especially with first-time home buyers, right? In that first-time home buyer market, we're not seeing as many credits, in stuff that's like 450 and below, right? Because we're still having multiple offers on that. But anything above FHA, we're seeing single, possibly 2 offers, within 30 days. And I mean, that's great for buyers. You're putting a lot less out of pocket down when you buy that house.
I know, but most people are buying in the 476 and below, unfortunately, meaning that they're going to see competition. So, but it's a lot less competition right now, right? There used to be 40 offers on that stuff or 25 offers on it. Yeah. Now 5 to 10 is not a big deal, but you're still got competition. You still need to be the prettiest show horse out there.
Why not? Right. I mean, why let a house sit on the market? If you can knock it out in the first couple weekends, then that's great.
Right. If there's nobody, stop worrying about what people are telling you to do. Focus on what you hear. Yeah. Don't listen to everybody else. There are some gurus out there who are actually saying buy now because you're going to wish you did. And that's what we've been saying. So we're one of those gurus, but we're just saying, stop waiting. I know it's scary, but those are the times you do things when other people are running away. You go and buy your house when everybody else is running. Cause that's what people did in 2008, right?
Yeah.
I get out of my house. I want this. Don't buy real estate. And all these people bought all these investment properties. And next thing you know, they're multi millionaires.
Yep.
All right. Everybody make it a great day. Bobby, thanks for